And away we go, people. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. People are rolling in slowly, and I have some catching up to do. Okay, that's the title of the stream today. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to get caught up on because I've been bookmarking stuff for the last couple weeks, but there's been so much news that I've had to just kind of forego it. Also, I've been neglecting the hashtag over the last couple weeks. Now, there hasn't been a bunch there, but today we're going to basically catch up on the things that I've bookmarked. And if you have any stories that you want me to check out, please put them in the hashtag. That hashtag is PDK News, which I just put in the chat. And I will check those stories today periodically. So if you're putting stories in the hashtag, that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to forgo anything that I would normally do. I'm going to let you guys take over the show by putting what news we're going to check out. I'm going to check out some of my bookmarks. And I may even open up the mic today. So if you have a microphone and a set of headphones so you can hear what the hell you're talking about without listening to yourself twice, you might want to get that ready. We'll see how much time I have to. I'll probably do that in the last half hour. Maybe we will forego Twitter trends. I haven't decided. We'll just play it by ear. I'm going to let you guys decide. So anyway, let's get going. I'll play the intro and we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight.
And stop the music. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. Today is February 7th, 2020. A happy Friday to all. I'm hoping that you all have something, at least one thing fun planned for the weekend. I know my fun thing is going to be to continue cleaning our basement because we're trying to get all the crap out of there because we've been accumulating stuff in this house for the 8-9 years that we've lived in it. And now that my kids are gone, we can actually move extra crap out. We can do all kinds of stuff because, hey, we know that we'll have a clean house when we're done doing it. So, and also I have 2 basketball games to coach this weekend because I do coach high school basketball. Anyway, so, how is everybody doing? I see a lot of people in the chat. Let's say good morning to everybody first. In the chat today, number 1 in the chat is Green Badger Outdoors. You get the bell. Thank you for showing up, and also thank you for, I think you tweeted, did you? No, you didn't. Okay, not yet. Never mind. I'm premature on that. Anyway, good morning to Chi-Town Jay, my man from down under, Richo, Patrice Ripley, my local and K-pop aficionado and official K-pop news person. Also, good morning to Mr. Dex. Mr. Dex, you're in Finland, right? I think that's right. I have a great international audience here. I love it. It's awesome. Also, good morning, Advocatus Diaboli, Grillin' Pirate Pete. Oh, that's me. And that's Streamless. Cynical Lindsay, RVA, MC. Hammer time. Stop. Hammer time. Also, good morning, Mitch the Ripper, Jay Wolf, D.I. Freighter, Jaeger Pony, Mad Max, and I'm sure there's more coming in. And people, lurkers, welcome. I am so happy that you're here. This is going to be a fun day. All right, let's get right into it. First of all, reminder. I should make a thing for that. Anyway, remember the hashtag is PDK News, and I'm putting it in the chat again. Maybe one of my mods will put that in every once in a while because I don't have a bot set up for that. But I did just put that in the chat. If you have any news stories that you want me to check out, put them in the PDK News hashtag. We'll check them at the at 45 after the hour and go through some of those. I'm gonna get through some bookmarks. Good morning, Cracked. Also, I see that you're there. Good morning. Just like I said, I'm leaving. What's that song? Who sang that song? I'm leaving it all up to you. You decide what you're gonna do. And do you want my love, or are we through? Anyone remember that song? Was that who sang that? Was that Donnie and Marie Osmond? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Anyway, hi Chicago Mike. Hi, I said hi to Cracked already. And Necrosol Collins is here too. So awesome. I shouldn't sing that high. I don't sound good when I sing in my high voice, unless I'm singing unless I'm doing a Christmas song, of course. And Good Morning Attack Alpaca, by the way. I tend to sound better when I'm in my baritone voice and I'm singing like this. But whatever. In high school, I was president of our high school concert choir. And I sang tenor, not because I was a tenor, but because I could sing tenor in an ensemble. But I'm naturally a baritone bass kind of guy, and I don't know. Anyway, by the way, thank yous quickly to Necrosol Collins, to Grillin' Pirate Pete, RVA, Zip Tie, which is, I know that's, I always get it mixed up. Zip Tie, I can't remember who has the Zip Tie as their Twitter handle. It's different than here. And also Chi-Town J. So somebody remind me is it Sheograth? No, Sheograth is Sheograth. Anyway, whoever, Zip Tie, tell me, I can't remember who that is. Anyway, Sonny and Cher, no, did Sonny and Cher do it? But I think Donnie and Marie made it a hit. I don't think it was a hit when Sonny and Cher did. I think they just did it like on the Sonny and Cher show, as they would sing other people's songs on their show or whatever. Hey, Jim Beam, good morning. I see you here too. All right, I'm going to go into some bookmarks. I've been bookmarking stuff for weeks, and I really haven't touched it. And so I want to get into some of the bookmarks. Now, some of this news is old. And actually, I'm going to open up a PDK News hashtag one too. I'll refresh that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this first because, let's see real quick. Pincalo has been sending me a bunch of stuff on the hashtag, and I want to recognize that, although Pincalo's not here yet. Maybe I'll wait till Pincalo gets here. He usually shows up about halfway through the show. But I do really want to get to the hashtag, Dan. If you have stories that you want me to check out, we'll just put them in the hashtag and we'll see what we can do. Like I said, at 45 after the hour, someone crack me upside the head or put something in the chat to remind me that it's time for the hashtag, because I may not be able to, I may not watch the clock so carefully, but that's how it is. All right, so I've been let's check what I've been bookmarking here. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so this is on February 3rd, so 4 days ago. The chief of staff for the DNC 2020 host committee has been put. Oh, what? Wait, what link are you wanting shared, PDawg? Oh, any news that you want me to talk about. If there's any news that I haven't touched on that you want me to talk about, either from the last couple days or whatever, and that's at the PDK News hashtag. So if you if you're on Twitter, do that, and then put the PDK News hashtag by it, and that's what we're going to check at 45 after the hour. Okay, this was from the 3rd. Breakings: the chief of staff for the DNC 2020 host committee has been put on administrative leave, and the committee president has been told to stay away from the office amid staff allegations of a toxic work environment. This is hilarious, by the way. Just a reminder, I do have my reparations coffee in hand, and it is delicious. In fact, this is the official Morning Night Live coffee cup from the intro. Although I've decided I'm going to start doing merch, and I am going to design a special Morning Night Live coffee cup. Now, it's kind of expensive on the service that I'm using, but it's because it's easy. But anyway, I can't bounce between and find news links and listening. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let's see. Another day is fine though. Anyway, so toxic work environment at the DNC committee. Oh, good morning, Check Your Logic, Mr. Scott. Check Your Logic, the question on the new music today. Oh, I forgot. Today, the music is, I've decided to do beats today. Just random beats. So yes, the music is a little bit new. I'm trying to mix up the music. Make sure that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm at my music theme days. My only actual theme day is going to be Wednesdays from now on. It's going to be Funky Wednesday. So we'll do funk on Wednesday, but I'm going to change the music. I want to branch out. I want to expand my horizons. You know what I mean? I don't want to do the same thing all the time because I want to keep you on your toes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back to the story. I'm sorry. I might go on a lot of tangents today because I've had a lot of coffee this morning. I got off work a little early, and so usually on Fridays before I started doing this show, I would always go to my favorite little hole-in-the-wall bar and grill after work and eat breakfast every morning. And they give me this whole pot of coffee, and I finished the whole thing this morning, so I might be going crazy. So when is K-pop day? Damn it, Necrosol. Here, somebody time yourself out for that. When is K-pop day? Get the... he's gonna give us K-pop next week, guys. Oh my god. Oh, Friday Funk? Sad Pirate. I like the term Friday Funk. You know, here's the problem with the word Friday Funk versus Funky Wednesday. Friday Funk can be a tiny bit of a tongue twister. And I don't want to accidentally say Friday Fuck. Because I don't like swearing on my show. So we're going to have Funky Wednesdays. Okay, Funky Wednesdays. What day is the grindcore day? Oh my God, are we just going to be... okay, we're going to be talking about all the special kinds of... okay, here we go. Now remember, I use a music service that uses music that is not copyrighted music. I have a service, and so it's not music you've necessarily heard of, but it definitely has the feel of certain types of music. And so I have all kinds of genres. So if you have a favorite, you can pick one, and I will try to add that into my list. And there are all kinds. In fact, listen to this list of types of music. Let's find this real quick. But the site is not loading very fast. So listen to this variety here, okay? Acoustic group, folk, solo guitar, solo instrument, solo piano, modern blues, traditional blues, bagpipes, marching band, oompa, fantasy and dreamy, happy, lullaby, sad, scary, amusement park, circus, chamber music, choir, classical piano, classical waltz, dramatic classical, epic classical, modern classical, religious theme, solo instruments, string quartet, badly played, bloopers, cartoon, eccentric and quirky, sneaky, vaudeville and variety show, American roots rock, modern country, traditional country, high drones, non-rhythmic drones. I don't know what the drones music is. I'm gonna have to figure that. I don't know if I want to do drones. That doesn't sound right. Ambient, beats, dance, deep house, disco, drum and bass, dubstep, electro, Europop, future bass, house, soft house, techno and trance, to video games, ceremonial and Olympic comedy, military and historical, action, adventure, beautiful funk, old school funk, alternative hip hop, mainstream hip hop, old school hip hop, trap, acid jazz, bebop, big band, modern jazz, smooth jazz, traditional jazz, bossa nova, calypso, cha-cha, flamenco, mambo, merengue, rumba and benguin, salsa, samba, tango, urban Latin, music, 60s pop, 70s pop, 80s pop, 90s pop, 2000s pop, 2010s pop, indie pop, Schlager, synth pop, teen pop. No K-pop. Reggae, ska, gospel, Motown, and old school R&B, R&B, soul, 50s rock, 60s rock, 70s rock, 80s rock, 90s rock, 2000s rock, 2010s rock, alternative, hard rock, metal, post-rock, punk. Small drama, small emotions, birthdays, Christmas, drinking songs, funerals, other, weddings, jitterbug, oriental dance, polka, show dance, and waltz. Those are all the categories. I can go 3 months not doing the same one if I really wanted to. Now there's some in there I'm not going to use. Schlager. What is Schlager? I don't know what Schlager is. Did I say Schlager? I don't think I said that. Salsa, samba. Okay. Oh, salsa, yes, says the Cuban. See, there's we might do some salsa one day. Can I've been. I should probably get back to this article. Yeah, drone music. I don't know what that means. I really don't. Anyway, all right. So these. Let's check out the article here. Let's see what side of the article will be in the middle. Okay, so from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Vice, an unacceptable and upsetting environment. 2020 Democratic Host Committee under investigation. Damn. Mr. Scott, you get the bell for that one. You can barbecue, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. Shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. Anyway, two top officials overseeing Milwaukee's host committee for the 2020 Democratic National Convention were sidelined Monday amid allegations of a toxic work culture. I thought these were the I'm better than you crowd. And they put up a toxic work culture. In a letter to the staff obtained by the Journal Sentinel, the board said it had retained an attorney to investigate concerns about the work environment for the Milwaukee 2020 Host Committee. During the investigation, Liz Gilbert, president of the Host Committee, will not be in the office and will not have a direct contact with the staff. The letter says Adam Alonzo, the chief of staff for the group, has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the probe. The two have previously come under criticism for continuing to do work for New Jersey Democrats while leading the host committee full-time. The New Jersey Democratic Party dumped Alonzo with his $15,000 per month consulting gig from his $15,000 a month consulting gig. This dude has had a $15,000 a month gig with the New Jersey Democratic Party. That's a lot of damn money to be just a consultant. Anyway, both Gilbert and Alonzo will be paid as the investigation moves forward. The letter gives no timeline when Carmen and Ducat, a partner with Foley and Lardner, will finish a probe. The abrupt move comes less than 6 months before the start of the Democratic National Convention. The host committee, the civic nonpartisan arm of the convention, is responsible for raising $70 million to stage the July event at the Fiserv Forum and recruit some 15,000 volunteers. We are committed to an inclusive, non-discriminatory, and supportive environment at the host committee, and we will work to ensure that all employees live up to these ideals, the board said in a letter. Now, I don't know what the issue is other than that they're still working for their New Jersey Democratic Party, but, I don't know, man. Hello, Kessler, by the way. Good morning. Is it just me? Is it just me, or are the Democrats having some problems? They're having issues all over the place. Is there something funky going on with my sound? Yes, there is. Oh, good. Are we back on? Okay, it looks like we're okay now. I wonder what's going on here. My sound is having a problem. For some reason, my monitor sound here is... I might not have it turned up fast enough. Anyway. So... they've got issues. Not just in Iowa. Now, I was thinking about this a little bit yesterday. We've been seeing these Project Veritas videos of some of the Bernie people who are like, Milwaukee's going to burn if Bernie isn't the burning fire sage of the Democratic Party. And I saw this the other day, and I've seen all the crap that's going on in Iowa. And, today I even put this out. I said this on Twitter. I was like, they spent so much time working on who might have been involved with those WikiLeaks emails, the DNC emails, that, the Russia thing. They've spent so much time on who was involved with that instead of what was in those emails, okay? How the DNC is a corrupt organization, not necessarily, playing by the rules, and they're taking money from people, even though they kind of have the fix in for, at least it's 2016 for Hillary. And obviously this crap going on in Iowa doesn't look good for them either. And now the DNC, the Democratic National Committee, the convention committee is having their problems. And I'm just thinking, is it just me? Or are you expecting to hear a lot of comparisons of Milwaukee to 1968? Now, if you're not familiar with American politics as much as I am, or some of the other people in the chat, 1968 was when the Democratic National Convention was just down the road from Milwaukee in Chicago. And there were riots, and there were just all sorts of turmoil. Now, over the last 3 or 4 Republican conventions, there's been protests and all kinds of shit like that, and there's been some violence, especially in particular this last Republican National Convention, because they were protesting Trump, and all the asshats were out there. But where the real riots took place in '68 were not at the Republican National Convention, but all the liberals outside the Democratic National Convention, because they didn't think that the Democrats were on the up and up with what they were doing in their nominating process. And they ended up losing to Nixon that year. And I think it was who ran against Nixon? Was it Humphrey? Yeah, Humphrey. No, I can't remember. Whoever ran against Nixon. It wasn't Lyndon Johnson, because he decided not to run again. He was a one-term president who did not run again. By the way, good morning, Gazai Ray, Gazai Lane. I'm going to say that different every time, but I'm so happy that you are here again. Welcome back. It's going to be a sequel of 68. And I'm tempted to I should probably tweet something just to memorialize my thought. McGovern in 72. It was Humphrey in 68 and McGovern in 72. Thank you, Check Your Logic. Well done with the history. You're a young dude, too. Very good. You are very astute. Well, young dude compared to me. I don't know if you're that young. I thought you were just, aren't you like around 20? How old are you, Check Your Logic? Aren't you like 21 or something like that? I know you're a young dude, but very good. I've got a feeling the Democratic, especially if they keep doing Bernie dirty, which they kind of are in this whole Iowa thing, and now suddenly, somehow, Pete in the polls is number 2 in New Hampshire, where he just went up there. But I'm just like, I just have a really, really bad feeling. What state is Milwaukee again? Yes, it's in Wisconsin. Yes. Green Badger Outdoors, I bet knows that. Oh, good morning, Irish Rose, also. And did I say good morning to you, Kessler? If I didn't, I'm saying it again. I think I did. You were up here. Okay, yep, I found you in the chat. So anyway, this host committee stuff is I just found that humorous that they're having a shit show already. All right, let's see, what else do I have bookmarked here? By the way, also thank you, Patrice. Patrice is doing a fundraiser to get new headphones so she can stream again. Okay, hey, you know what? I have no problem. Let's see. What is this? For Patrice Ripley, I'm going to throw this in the chat. She's doing a fundraiser to get new headphones so she can stream again. You know what, Patrice, I gotta tell you, I bought the cheapest headphones I could find at Target. Although I probably should, I wanted to get some of the microphone, like a gaming headset, but these work just fine so I can hear shit. In fact, I used to just use my earbuds that I bought at the gas station. And they work fine if you're just trying to hear what you're saying, but it is nice to have a little bit better headphone, or at least some that have some sort of noise canceling function. But in a pinch, my $4 earbuds from the gas station also work sometimes. While I'm saying good morning, I see a couple of new people, or people come in. Good morning, Wikipedia snippet, and good morning to All You Need. All You Need is also one of my early watchers of this stream. When I first got started, All You Need was one of the first names that I didn't recognize that joined, came and started listening to the stream. So thank you, All You Need, for being here for all this time. For over almost a year you've been with me, so that's very cool. Thank you. All right, here we go. Moving on, I got some more. Let's get back into the bookmarks real quick. Also, just a reminder, I should probably hang on a second. If you have stories that you would like me to mention today, I am also putting those in. You can put them if you're on Twitter, put them on Twitter, and with the PDK News hashtag, I just put that in the chat. Also, good morning to IRRI and to Blind Press. How you doing? What's going on, girl? How you doing? By the way, Blind Press on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays streams after me at 11 o'clock Central, which would be noon Eastern, which would be 5 p.m. GMT. Go check out her show. You can click those little buttons next to her name and go bookmark her channel if you she has a fun show too. She's a Canadian. She's one of the Canadian people. So sometimes she talks about Canadian shit, and I'm just fascinated with Canadian shit. So there you go. Oh, you're still sick. Oh, that's not good. Anyway, all right, let's go. Back into the bookmarks. So yeah, the Democratic Convention Committee is kind of a shit show. Here's a funny one. This is more of this is all going to be pretty random, just by the way. We have a Florida man story. This is good. Florida troopers find narcotics in a bag labeled full of drugs. Yes. I love Florida man stories. Bag full of drugs. Santa Rosa County, Florida. 2 men were not discreet in their plans to sell drugs in the Florida Panhandle, according to officials. The Florida Highway Patrol arrested 2 alleged drug traffickers after troopers pulled them over on Saturday and found drugs in a bag labeled "bag full of drugs." And there is our bag full of drugs. Oops, it didn't show up on the screen. Hang on. This is the... that's not how I wanted that to work. There we go. There's the ubiquitous... As soon as it clicks, come on. Okay, it's not cooperating. There you go. The ubiquitous bag full of drugs. Looks like they got some crack cocaine there and some powder cocaine there and some meth or... I don't know. Now look... Don't get it twisted. Just because I'm identifying these things doesn't mean I am an aficionado. So just there. Anyway, troopers made the discovery after the men were pulled over for speeding on I-10. The Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office assisted in the search of the vehicle, which turned up methamphetamine, GHB, also known as the date rape drug, cocaine, MDMA, and fentanyl. So it's a Baskin Robbins of illegal drugs. Note to self, do not traffic your illegal narcotics in bags labeled bag full of drugs. Our canines can read, the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office posted Monday night on social media. That's good. That's funny. That's funny. And I ain't falling for no banana, no tailpipe either. Anyway, here it is. Santa Rosa canine deputies recently assisted the FHP on a traffic stop on I-10 where a large amount of narcotics were discovered. Note to self, do not traffic your illegal narcotics in bags labeled bag full of drugs. Our canines can read. Hashtag RIFruff, whatever that means. That is some funny shit. Okay. All right. Let's get back into into my bookmarks here. We'll go backwards here real quick. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's why. Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, by the way, the Morning Night Live, I got to do my shill there. The Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. If you would be so kind to share this stream out. I'm on the Twitters at PDawg Night. You can retweet that, or you click the share arrow down below. Why am I not on that screen still? You can click the share arrow down below and send it out on your favorite social media: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. What's that other one? To Tumblr, and what's the other one? I don't know. There's a bunch of them. You can choose your one. And if you like what we do here, hit the thumbs up button below the screen that tells you that you like what we do. Duck Dog has exclusive rights to the thumbs down. And if you want to participate or be a part of the show, or actually be a permanent, have a permanent record of what you did on the show, you can also do super chats through the Streamlabs link down in the below. It's also in the chat. Donate to the show. Right now, I'm working on a studio, and all the money to build the studio comes from my super chats, because I try to take the super chats and put them back into the show to improve the show. I'm going to change up my microphone system and do some green screen stuff. It'll help me make videos easier, because, well, here's the truth. Lady Boomer wants me out of the dining room, so I gotta build a spot in the basement, and that's another reason we're cleaning the basement, so I can have a spot. Alrighty then, moving on. Hello, Zombie Teddy, how you doing? What are you guys? Wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? What's in the blue bag? Okay, I think that was the meth. What was the one Joe Rogan is fond of? I don't know, but what's about Grindr? People talking about Grindr, Snapchat, Pornhub. What is going on? What are you talking about? Anyway, all right, let's move on. Now, this thread here that I bookmarked is, this one's pretty extensive. So, this is Tracy Beans. If you're familiar with Tracy Beans, she is just a prolific reader of official documents. Okay, your voice boomed for a second. Oh, okay. Well, that's because I'm a boomer. I don't know. Hi, Straight Sith Male. How you doing, man? Okay. She's a prolific documenter of evidence and reader of these official documents, and is really good at explaining them in layman's terms. Okay, and she and her friend, I can't remember Frank's name, but they have a podcast, and she has a YouTube channel, and she does a lot of stuff on Twitter here. Well, she's going through the IG report on the, let's see, which one is this one? This is, okay, first, this is a point I often make, and it largely goes ignored. A lot of times you see amazing FOIA groups such as Judicial Watch staying at the Trump DOJ, saying that the Trump DOJ is stonewalling the recent release of documents. It's always wise to consider the reasons. As IG states here, memos withheld. Where is it? Let's see. All right, I don't know. On April 19th, months after Comey disclosed contents of Memo 4 to the New York Times through Richmond, the department provided all of the memos in redacted form to the House and Senate Judiciary Committees, the House Oversight Committee and Government Reform Committee, the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, and the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, in response to requests from the committee's chairmen for the documents. Separately, in 2017, a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit was brought by a media organization in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia in an effort to obtain copies of the memos. Cable News Network, Inc. versus FBI, supplement, blah, 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 blah. In 2018, the court determined that the memos were not subject to release at the time due to the department's ongoing criminal investigation. More recently, in June 2019, following the conclusion of the department's criminal investigation, the court determined that the memos should be released, but permitted a limited number of redactions, including for classification. Cable news network, which is CNN, versus the FBI, blah, blah, blah. In particular, as to Memo 2, the court upheld the FBI's classification of one of the words redacted in Memo 2, name of a country, but ruled that the FBI had not carried its burden to support the redaction of the remaining words. Because the FBI is a component of the Department of Justice, generally both the Department policy statements and the FBI's policy guidance apply to FBI employees. Now, I'm not going to go through this. This is a very long thread. But she says the memo's withheld because of a ongoing criminal investigation where they're doing these FOIA requests. And so sometimes these they get accused of slow walking, but probably because some of this information is in a criminal case that they're investigating, and so they can't put them out until they're done investigating the crime, which means somebody's going to be in trouble. Okay, someone's going to be in trouble. Again, to highlight the point from my earlier thread about the disdain when it comes to McCabe, Andrew McCabe referred this matter to the OIG. Think about what it means. This matter was referred to OIG for review in 2017 by then acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe, consistent with Department regulations and the Inspector General Act, after the FBI determined that Comey may have shared with his attorney memos that contain classified information. Oh, Andrew McCabe blew the whistle on Comey a little bit here. At the time, the OIG was also aware of Comey's June 8th, 2017 congressional testimony that he had authorized a friend, who was also one of his personal attorneys, to provide the contents of Memo 4, which did not contain any classified information, to a reporter for the New York Times. The focus of the OIG's investigation was to determine whether Comey had violated department or FBI policies or the terms of his FBI employment agreement in his handling of the memos during and after his tenure as the FBI director. The OIG's investigation included a review of the memos as well as various additional documents, emails, and news articles, and forensic analysis of certain computer systems. As a part of this investigation, the OIG also interviewed 17 witnesses, including the former director Comey and Daniel Richmond, the individual who, at Comey's request, shared the contents of one of the memos with a reporter at the New York Times. Through our investigation, we learned that Comey considered memos 2 through 7 to be his personal documents. Au contraire, mon frere. No. If you're in your official capacity as the FBI director, none of those documents belong to you if you're taking notes of certain whatever. Yes, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, correct. Hi, Johnny Hellcat, how you doing? My first guest ever on the Morning Night Live, Anyway, I'm not going to read this thread, but it is chock full of interesting information. It started in August 2019, but her most recent entries, if I find it here, because the most recent entries is the reason I bookmarked this. And if I, come on, here we go. Here we go. Where is it? Oh, I went too far. Hang on. There's the reason I bookmarked it. Oh, I just read you the reason I bookmarked it. Never mind. That's why some of this information has come out. This is from back in August, but she added a memo of why some of this stuff doesn't get released right away, because there's been an ongoing criminal investigation since last year. So, anyway, moving on. What else? Oh, let's talk a little bit about Twitter. The Twitter Safety Council. Safety. So Twitter Safety puts out this memo here of some new policies that they will be using at Twitter. Quote, "We know that some tweets include manipulated photos or videos that can cause people harm. Today, we're introducing a new rule and a label that will address this and give people more context around these tweets." Twitter's gonna be fucking with people again. And I'm pretty sure people like Carpe Donkdom or what's her name? The Titania McGrath. James, the Project Veritas, James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe's already suspended this week for some bullshit. But anyway, I think they wrote these new rules for them because then they can just say, oh, you broke our rules. We're going to yeet you. Our new rule, you may not deceptively share synthetic or manipulated media that are likely to cause harm. In addition, we may label tweets containing synthetic and manipulated media to help people understand their authenticity and to provide context. Oh, Babylon Bee too. You know what? I think they're trying to fuck over the Babylon Bee because they are, you know what they do. They do satire. And my God, we cannot have satire because it might harm. Thank you, Belle. It might harm people. I'm just saying. The critical part of this change was developing this with input from public civil society groups. What is a public civil society group? I'm guessing probably the SPLC and what are the Anti-Defamation League or somebody. I'm sorry. Public civil society groups and academic experts. Yay! Yay! We received 6,500 plus responses on our approach and will continue to make changes like this openly and in consultation with people around the world. Oh, you mean like governments of foreign countries who censor people? Like the UK and China and Germany, where in our country we don't censor people because that's the law. But that's only the government, right? Just only the government can't censor people. What's the harm in Twitter censoring people? For more information, here's the new approach to synthetic media. Oh my God, these motherfuckers. Oh, did I swear? Excuse me. Hi, Midnight in Exile. How you doing? And good morning to the gayest person on YouTube. So here's their, let's see, how long is this? This is such bullshit. Let's go through this. Oh, it's almost time for the hashtag. I'm not getting through these bookmarks very fast. You know what? I'm not going to do it because this is, you get the idea. If you want to read, here, I'm going to let you read. I'll put this in the chat. Here's some new Twitter rules. By the way, as you can see in the chat, it says follow PDawg on Twitter, however long I can last there. I just put that the new rules in the chat. Building rules in public. Our approach to synthetic and manipulated media. Let me just read. I am going to read part of this because I read this and I'm like, gee, can you make your policies more vague and just open to whatever interpretation your little political hacks who work at Twitter will come up with? This is lovely. I think this music is just fine for this.
It is our responsibility to create rules on Twitter that are fair and set clear expectations for everyone on our service. That is why we announced our plan last fall to once again seek input from around the globe on how we will address synthetic and manipulated media. Today, we're sharing what we learned and how it shaped the update to the Twitter rules, how we'll treat this content when we identify it, as well as something you'll see on Twitter as a part of this change. What did we learn? Through a survey, our initial draft of this rule, as well as the tweets that included the hashtag Twitter policy feedback, we gathered more than 6,500 responses from people from around the world. Oh my gosh, they got worldwide input. Isn't that great? We also consulted with a diverse global group of civil society and academic experts on our draft approach. Overall, people recognize that the threat that misleading altered media poses and want Twitter to do something about it. We want Twitter to do something about it. Here are some of the top line findings. Twitter should give me more information. Globally, more than 70% of people who use Twitter said taking no action on misleading altered media would be unacceptable. Respondents were nearly unanimous in their support for Twitter providing additional information or context on tweets that have this type of media. Now, I know some of this has to do with the new phenomenon of deep fakes. So I get that. Sure, they should be monitoring that. But I don't, is it just me? Or do you think it's possible that they're not just talking about deep fakes? This type of content should be labeled. Nearly 9 out of 10 individuals said placing warning labels next to significantly altered content would be acceptable. That is about as many who said it would be acceptable to alert people before they tweet misleading, altered media. You mean like memes? Is that like memes, motherfucker? This type of content should, I already said that. Compared to placing warning labels, respondents were somewhat less supportive of removing or hiding tweets that contain misleading, altered media. Well, at least they got that right. Hi, Tyler F. For example, 55% of those surveyed in the U.S. said it would be they said it would be acceptable to remove all of such media. When asked to give their open-ended thoughts about the proposed rule, people who oppose removal of all altered media talked about the impact on free expression and censorship. They damn well should have. If it is likely to cause harm, it should be removed. More than 90% of the people who shared feedback support Twitter removing this content when it's clear that it is intended to cause certain types of harm. You mean harm like getting the wrong person elected, maybe? Or what the fuck? How can words on your computer screen cause harm? Maybe they're talking about like the girl who coached her boyfriend into suicide. Is that what they mean? I'm not sure what they mean. If it is likely to cause harm, you mean like hurt someone's feelings? Or do they mean like some actual deep fake shit that's completely false? I'm not sure what they mean here. Harm is a very, very subjective term. And they're not clearing it up in this statement. There should be enforcement action when sharing this content. More than 75% of people believe accounts that share misleading, altered media should face enforcement action. Oh, thank you for taking a poll on that. Enforcement action includes people on Twitter having to delete their tweet or having their account suspended. Fuck off. You can read this shit on Twitter if you're on Twitter. I'm not reading anymore because it pisses me off too much. All right, it is definitely already past 45 after the hour. So let's go quick check the hashtag because I haven't done that yet. If you have any news you'd like me to highlight, put it in the hashtag PD. Here, hang on. I'll put it in the chat again. PD. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Somebody put the hashtag in the chat, please. The PDK News. Hashtag PDK News, which I'm going to check right now. Maybe. Okay, here we go. PDK News. Anything new in here yet? Hey, we've got some new PDK News. All kinds of stuff. Y'all are prolific. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Okay, first of all, Pincalo put a couple of things here earlier in the week, and I definitely wanted to get to those. We already did the, let's see. Oh, I didn't notice this one. Hang on, let me go back here. Pincalo, thank you, Pincalo, by the way, or BP, you can thank Pincalo for me because I haven't seen him in the chat yet.
Oh my gosh, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Oh, that's because these are old ones. Duh. All right, my newest ones. Here we go. Oh, so yesterday I told you about the doctor who alerted everyone in China to the threat of this coronavirus, and there was no Lyme and there was no salt. There was no Lyme's disease. Why is my phone ringing? No, I'm not answering my phone. Shut up. Well, this is precious. Hospital denies death of Li Wenliang, doctor who alerted authorities to coronavirus breakout. Now, I didn't pay attention when I read this the other day, and the doctor that, here it is, right here. Come on. There we go. We'll do full screen here. So, coronavirus whistleblower Dr. Wen Liang confirmed dead of disease at 34 after hours of chaotic messaging from the hospital. Li was one of the first doctors who tried to share information about the coronavirus only to be reprimanded by Wuhan police. The Wuhan Central Hospital initially denied reports he was dead, saying he was in critical condition before confirming that he died. So I didn't even catch that part when I read that yesterday. So they were lying, saying, oh no, he didn't die. He's good. He's just fine. He's just resting. He's just resting his eyes and he's fine. They got him all hooked up over there and he's got an IV and he's just fine. No, he's dead. That would be dead. Like doornail, like, pushing up daisies, he's dead. Early reports of Li's death by multiple Chinese outlets, including the Beijing News and Global Times, triggered an outpouring of mourning and tribute both on Chinese social media and at the health agencies trying to stem the outbreak. We are very sorry to hear the loss of any frontline worker who committed to care for patients. We should celebrate his life and mourn his death with his colleagues. Michael Ryan, director of the World Health Organization, Health and Emergencies Program said on Thursday. Chinese social media has been awash with anger over the death of the whistleblower, some mourning Li's death with candles, some demanding that the authorities apologize for the way they had treated him. Yeah, they and now here's the ticker. There are now 31,526 cases. A vast majority of them are in mainland China. But there are some in other places in the world. 638 deaths, 1,568 people have recovered. Now, the problem with this thing, the deaths, what it does, this takes a real big toll on your immune system and makes you susceptible to other viruses like the flu. And most of the people who have been, cue Monty Python's Dead Parrot sketch, right? They mostly die from the flu when they get this coronavirus. And but the problem is, this is it's getting a little bit scary here because it's starting to reach kind of pandemic levels of cases. Now, granted, there's 2 more epicenters. It's not just in Wuhan, but there's 2 other places where there's over 1,000 cases in China. And even did you hear about the cruise ship? There's a cruise ship that is docked right now. There's 7 cases of coronaviruses on the ship, and they have the entire ship quarantined. So the people who went on this cruise are stuck on this ship until they figure this out. So that kind of sucks. I'm not going to book any cruises anytime soon. And but anyway, it's like I said, it's mostly in China. Let's see, Hong Kong, there's 25 cases, 1 death. Of the 638 deaths, all but 2 have been in China. In Macau, there's 10 cases. Taiwan, 16. Rest of Asia, 204. Europe, 29. North America, 17. South America, there's none. Australia, there's 15 cases. And the rest of the world, 7. And all 7 are on that cruise ship. So it sucks, man. I don't know. Anyway, this article is that article's in the hashtag. You can find that there. So kind of sucks, man. All right. Let's see. Let's go move back into the hashtag here. Also from Thank you. Another one from Piccolo. So apparently, actress Jamila Jamil announces she's queer. Okay. Now, the fact that CNN decided that this was news, I guess, you know what, my guess is that her career is waning, so she needed something to get attention. But it's kind of like, okay, so what? Isn't that, I like the person who tweeted this says, who cares? Queer? What is this, the fucking 90s? Yeah, and you know what? I'm right with you there, and I'm not even gonna finish the article. But thank Piccolo. That's a funny one. If you're hanging around, yes, I agree. That's great. Anyway, more news. Oh, and good news. Oh, now there's 12. The update is there's 12 passengers on that ship with the coronavirus. Coronavirus concerns 4 passengers. Let's see. Here's the story. Coronavirus concerned 4 passengers from New Jersey cruise ship being evaluated. All others are cleared. Oh, well, that is actually good news. That's an update. New Jersey officials provided an update after a Royal Caribbean cruise ship with a number of passengers who were quarantined due to concern over possible coronavirus infection docked in Bayonne, New Jersey, Friday morning. Eyewitness News told 4 people who were aboard the Anthem of the Seas are now being evaluated for possible infection at University Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, the CDC says 2 of those had traveled to China recently and are displaying respiratory symptoms. The other 2 are members of the same family who aren't ill but are being evaluated as a precaution. Another 23 passengers who initially showed some concerning symptoms have been cleared and are on their way. So apparently, I don't know, is this the same ship? This might not be the same ship, because I know the one had 7 cases and they were quarantining the ship. Let's see. Personnel from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention boarded a cruise ship docked in Bayonne this morning and screened 27 passengers who recently traveled from mainland China. After being assessed by the CDC, 23 of those passengers were cleared and 4 individuals are being evaluated at an area hospital. The hospital is following appropriate infection control protocols while evaluating these individuals. New Jersey currently has no confirmed cases of novel coronavirus, and the risk to residents remains low. So, all right. So I guess that's good news. I'm still wary. I don't know about you. All right. Gorilla Pirate Pete has one. The few, the proud, the reoffender. Oh, it's a Florida man story. Thank you, Gorilla Pirate Pete. Florida man arrested for the 66th time. Oh my gosh, this is great. Florida man gets arrested for the 66th time. The man behind bars at the on the Sun Coast finds himself in a familiar place. He was arrested for the 66th time Wednesday after being on the run since last year. Sarasota deputies say Kaiser Pontoon was arrested for failing to appear, drug charges, being a felon with a firearm, and for leading officers on a chase. Well, he's got some. I'm surprised he didn't get away, because it would seem that he has some practice running from the chase. I don't know. I would think so. I'm gonna turn this down just a tad. It was a little loud. Okay. Dozens of arrests from drugs, fleeing, fraud, aggravated assault to grand theft, reoffending, and not many can tell why it happens. 28 years old, and he's only 28 too. 66 times this motherfucker's been arrested. Oh my goodness. Did they punch his card on the 70th? The 70th one is free. That's hilarious. Hey, but if he gets to 69, he wins. Anyway, 28 years old and Pontoon has been arrested more than 5 dozen times. You'll sometimes see people who have 40 or 50 arrests. Why? There's got to be a point where you just say, okay, that's it. Just stay here, okay? Don't just stay. Just stay here. We're gonna keep you, and we're gonna avoid you getting arrested again because it's not worth it. So you see people who get 40 or 50 arrested. It sounds like, oh my God, how can somebody get arrested 40 or 50 times? Said criminal defense attorney Derek Bird. Cases upon cases, and Pontoon seems to continue making an appearance on inmate logs. But his story isn't unique. It's happening across the state. They get a light sentence, then they come right back out into our community and they start committing crimes again. Back in jail, light sentence, so it takes several convictions for them to even make it to prison. So we already see on a local level, how important it is to keep these criminals off the street, said Manatee County Sheriff Rick Wells. Burt says Florida currently has the third highest prison population in the country. Aren't they the third largest state? That kind of follows with that. So they have the third largest prison population. Well, they also have the third most number of people, I think, or fourth. They're the top three size of state. That's just an irrelevant statistic. Anyway, there's definitely a percentage of people that no matter what you do for them, they just aren't going to get it. They just can't get it. They're just bad people and can't get their head on straight, and they probably belong in jail to get them off the streets. But the vast majority of people are not like that. Oh, the vast majority aren't people like that, said Bird. Okay, so I'm sorry. 66 times. Maybe they're always petty offenses and he goes into jail for a couple weeks or something. I don't know. But holy smokes, that's a lot of times in jail. All right, moving on. We got another one from Grillin' Pirate Pete. Man pretending to be a cop. Man pretending to be a cop found passed out in a fake cruiser of Of course, it's a Florida man story. Another Florida man story. Pirate Pete, you've got the greatest Florida man stories. Here we go. He pretended to be a cop in St. Pete. Then he was found passed out behind the wheel, police say. St. Petersburg police say he used blue and red flashing lights and a loudspeaker to order a man out of his vehicle in the Venetian Isles area of the city, then threatened to arrest him. Hey, Reese Donald, how you doing? Good morning. A man who used red and blue flashing lights and a loudspeaker in order to order another motorist out of his vehicle in the Venetian Isles area of St. Petersburg Monday night was later found passed out behind the wheel and was arrested, according to a police report. Police say that Willard Harlow Moore, 45, faces charges of impersonating a police officer during driving under the influence and refusing to submit for DUI testing. Moore has a current address in Ohio, but has a history of traffic infractions, including a previous DUI address in Pinellas County. The incident began at about 8 p.m. in the area of Iowa Avenue Northeast and Grand Canal Boulevard Northeast when Moore was driving a Dodge Ram truck with Ohio plates. He pulled in behind another motorist, turned on blue and red flashing lights, and used a loudspeaker to order the other driver to exit his vehicle and come to the side of his, arrest reports state. The other motorist asked Moore if he needed help from police. Moore responded, "I am the police and I could arrest you," reports state. Moore also told the man he was in trouble. The other motorist called the police. Then an officer later found Moore in the back in the 2000 block of Hawaii Avenue, where he was passed out in the driver's seat. He woke up. He told the officers he was a retired officer from Ohio. Officers noted that the vehicle was equipped with blue and red lights and on the windshield and a siren. Oh my God. So he's let's just say he's in trouble. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, let's oh, that's what I do there. Oh, I actually screwed that up. Let's go back into the PDK News book hashtag. We'll get a couple more here, and then we got to get into, well, we'll see if we have time for trends. Oh, if you didn't notice, by the way, James Wood, if you ever followed James Wood on Twitter, well, he's back. He's back with a vengeance. He was tweeting up a storm yesterday. Grillin' Pirate Pete reminded me of that with this tweet. "I was on vacation a while, avoiding the news. How'd the Mueller thing work out? the impeachment scam? Who won the Iowa caucuses? Is Michael Avenatti still a contender for the Democratic nomination for president? And hey, how's Jeffrey Epstein doing? Oh, and I'm telling you, he was on a roll yesterday. If you do not follow James Woods, it's at Real James Woods. You need to, because he's a funny dude. Yeah, good morning, Peter Almond. How you doing? I'm glad you are here. Greetings from Manchester. All right, what else we got? And Pirate Pete has the last one for today. AOC doing some fact checking. Oh, did you see this? I may have this one bookmarked. They told us it's raining cats and dogs, but it's really just water. I think I can explain that because I believe I have that story bookmarked. Going back into my bookmarks here, let's see if I can find the AOC story. If I might, oh, maybe I didn't. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna do one more bookmark story, then we'll get into Twitter trends. We already talked yesterday about Nancy Pelosi and ripping up the old State of the Union address, which is an official document. Technically, she broke the law, but I don't think anyone's going to pursue that. Bernie Sanders, what's your reaction, sir, to Mayor Buttigieg last night declaring victory? This is from a couple days ago. Oh, apparently, by the way, latest news is Bernie may have pulled into the lead now that they're counting, but they still have about 3 or 4% of people of votes to count. But Bernie has pulled into the lead in Iowa, which it's still a shit show. Of course, as soon as that happened, the DNC, of course, then said, oh, well, you know what? We think we need to just stop what we're doing here and make sure we go back and count again. I don't think Tom Perez, is that his name? Tom Perez, the head of the DNC, and the DNC in general, I get the feeling that they don't want Bernie to be their candidate. Is it just me? Is it just me? I don't know. Is it just me? Isn't Gaetz going after illegal? Matt Gaetz? I do not know. I do not know. I mean, there is a specific law. I can't, you know what? I suppose they could. I don't know if a copy that they receive of the State of the Union is an official document. It must be. I can't imagine it's not. And there is a specific law that applies to it. I don't know if Matt Gaetz is going to go after it, though. That's a good question. Well, I guess we'll find out in the next few days, right? I know that Matt Gaetz was trending the other day when he mentioned that, and people were saying, Matt Gaetz is an idiot. He's an asshole. Da, 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 da. Well, maybe the Speaker of the House shouldn't be doing really shady shit behind the president during the State of the Union address. She doesn't represent the Democrats. She represents the House of Representatives. And the House of Representatives is not all Democrats. So her little temper tantrum just made her look stupid. Anyway, good morning, Shia Graf. How you doing? Oh, I yelled really loud. I'm sorry about that, guys. That's another reason I need to get a different mic setup. I'm gonna get a mixing board and probably a dynamic microphone where I can actually it'll automatically modulate me so that I'm not blowing out the speakers every once in a while. Anyway, by the way, don't forget Streamlabs for the super chats and donations, and follow me on Twitter at PDawg Night if you haven't already done that. You'll get special notifications and my continued wit and whatever I do there. Anyway, so anyway, ask Bernie Sanders, what's your reaction to Mayor Buttigieg last night? Now that was on the 4th, and he was kind of wishy-washy. Now, here's the thing, though. He made a statement, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, where he said, here's what he said. And this is funny, because you know that the Democrats right now, there's two things that they talk about when it comes to elections, particularly the presidential election. They want to get rid of the Electoral College, because they know that if they do that, the giant states, whatever, there would be no more... the states that don't have high populations will lose their power completely. It'll be all about the popular vote. Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Scott. Let me just stop for this super chat. Mr. Scott just threw in a super chat at 223. Is there a message though? Oh, there it is. PDawg. No more swearing. Proceeds to drop motherfucking F-bombs everywhere. Here's some shekels for the new Batcave. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, the new Batcave will be the studio that I'm going to build in the basement. I'm going to take a corner and actually make it so I can make changes. So I can use a green screen or different backdrops. And I'm going to also I'm going to get a new microphone system at some point. This is what I'm going to build over time. Just to make it a little more easy to listen to, and also so I can control the sound better. There's certain issues that I have just using a computer and a USB mic and whatever. So and this is gonna go over time. Okay, I'm not expecting you guys to fund this thing, but it helps. Every little bit helps. But it's something that I've been planning for a while. Okay, so. But anyway, so Bernie's like, so they're talking about getting rid of the electoral college, right? And they also have been bringing up this what they call ranked choice voting, and they're thinking, oh yeah, ranked choice voting would be a great idea because if you could put your top 3 choices, and if your top choice doesn't get an X percentage, then the next person would get your vote, right? Well, that's pretty much what the Iowa caucuses are. It's a sort of ranked choice voting. If you come participate in the caucuses, and if you don't have enough people in your group of the candidate you want, then they ask you to go to a different group that supports another candidate, or you can go to an undecided group. And so yesterday, or whatever this was, a couple days ago, Bernie Sanders is talking about, well, it looks like we pulled, or he decides at first. So Pete Buttigieg comes out and claims victory right off the bat, right? And everyone's like, well, what the fuck, Pete? They haven't even counted the votes yet. There's another F-bomb. What the fuck, Pete? They haven't even counted the votes yet. So then they start counting the votes, and all of a sudden, oh, well, Pete is in the lead. How the hell did that happen? Because we know that Bernie has more passionate and more loyal people who are gonna jump out there and go to these places and make sure they're there in the, make sure they're out there for Bernie to win these caucuses. And so the first vote at the caucuses, Bernie did, if you count them throughout the state, he did have about 7,000 more people who showed up for the caucuses because his people are passionate. They're going to show up. But Pete got a vast majority of people who said, you know what? My candidate isn't doing that well, but I'm not joining Bernie. My second choice is definitely not Bernie. I'd rather go with the little corporate Democrat guy who the DNC approved candidate, which Bernie is not. And somehow all these people got their arms twisted to go with Pete. So that's why Pete, kind of looks like he has the same amount of votes, but most of those people, their first choice was not Pete Buttigieg. Bernie had a commanding lead on the first ballot. But if you use ranked choice voting, which Democrats are talking about using for elections, well, that's what you get. Your most popular candidate, at least as far as of loyal support, may not end up the winner. And so the next time someone talks about ranked choice voting on Twitter or wherever I see on social media, I'm gonna go, oh wait, the Iowa caucuses is basically ranked choice voting, right? Aren't you a Bernie supporter? Oh yeah, how'd that ranked choice voting work out for you? How'd the DNC work out for you? Remember those, okay, I'm going back to the WikiLeaks thing. Remember those WikiLeaks things? Y'all been talking about Russia, but what was in those emails? What was the DNC doing to Bernie Sanders back then? And probably still to this day. There's a lot of people on Twitter right now bitching about the election process. Oh, but you want make up your mind. You want popular vote, or you want to do it by the rules that were given you, right? Oh, Bernie, I'm sorry. Yeah, you won the first game of the World Series, but you lost the next 4. Who's the champion now, bitch? I shouldn't call Bernie a bitch. Bernie's actually... I would never, ever in my life vote for Bernie Sanders, but Bernie Sanders is maybe the most consistent, principled politician in America. He has terrible ideas, but he is honest and principled. Although he's, it's funny. I remember when Bernie Sanders used to bitch about millionaires. And then he became a millionaire, and now he bitches about billionaires. Just saying. All right, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time that we have every day where we try to find out what's going on in the world right now. And the way we find out what's going on in the world right now is to check the daily Twitter trends. And the daily Twitter trends will tell us what people are talking about right now, what they're really talking about later in the day, what you're going to see videos about tomorrow, and all that other crap, right? All right, so before I do that, though, I got a couple more thank yous. Thank you, or another thank you, because thank you, Tyler F., for retweeting the show. And also, I check out Patrice Ripley's fundraiser. I put that in the chat. She's trying to raise some funds for some better headphones, okay? And I'm more than happy to support that. So there you go, Patrice Ripley. All right, Richo, a lot of naughty words tonight. Did someone spike that coffee? No, I've just had a lot of it. I had a whole pot at my breakfast. If you weren't here at the beginning of the show, usually I used to on Fridays before I started doing this show. Every Friday after work, I would stop at this little dive bar place that has really good breakfast. I'd have breakfast and basically you order a cup of coffee and they just put a whole pot in front of you. And I hadn't been there in a while, but I got off work early this morning and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go have breakfast before I come to do my show. And I drank the whole pot of coffee, and I have another another cup right here of my reparation coffee. It is delicious with my my temporarily official Morning Night Live cup. I'm going to I'm gonna do a Morning Night Live cup that for merch that I can sell, and I'll buy one for myself too. All right, let's get into the trends of the day, right? Let's check out the trends of the day. On the trends hashtag today, or excuse me, the Twitter trends, the header today is Birds of Prey, the new movie coming out, the new DC, that's DC, right? The Harley, what's her name? Harley Quinn? God, I'm just terrible. Birds of Prey, kick ass from start to finish. I don't know that I didn't see, what was the one that they had her in before? When it was a multi-gendered crew of bad people. I don't know, but anyway, Birds of Prey is out soon, I think. Oh, it is now playing, so go check out Birds of Prey. Let's get into Twitter trends today. The first, now it's Friday. It is Friday. And like many days of the week, we get our day hashtag. And to top the number one trending hashtag today, or number one trend today on Twitter is Friday Thoughts and Friday Feelings, as opposed to Feeling Friday Thoughts. I just thought I'd throw a twist in there this time. Okay, Friday Thoughts. Let's finding now Liberty Nation. I follow Liberty Nation. Pretty good. I don't know what to call it. Online magazine, so to speak. But they tend to end up on my Friday hashtags every day somehow. While capitalism may have bumps, bruises, and a collapsed lung from daily beatings in academia and the MSM, the system endures. Are Americans making capitalism great again, or are they ensuring it remains great? That's an article. Oh, because the Che shirts on sale. Socialism takes a nosedive. There's an article that they came up with there for the Friday Thoughts. I'll just put it in the chat. I'm not going to read it. But their articles are always interesting to me. And one of the guys I follow, Jeff Green, I think his name is, writes for it. He's a pretty interesting dude. But they're mostly about, they're kind of libertarian-esque conservative, conservative-leaning conservatarians, and so on. So there you go. But that doesn't count as Friday. Oh, Mrs. Krasenstein. Now Miss Krasenstein. I'm telling you a secret here, so I'm going to talk right close to the mic. Ms. Krasenstein. Okay, Ms. Krasenstein is the wife of one of the Krasenstein brothers. Now, I know it's shocking that the Krasenstein brothers, either of them are married, but I think they're both married, actually. But this Ms. Krasenstein, one of the Krasenstein brothers, you know, those little weird sexually ambiguous twins guys, you know, that got kicked off of Twitter after constantly just shitting on Trump every time Trump tweeted. They literally stayed on their computer all day long and wait for Trump to tweet, and then they would try to be the first person to tweet clapbacks at Trump. Anyway, one of them now tweets under his wife's name, her account, and here it is. According to the World Happy Report, the top 5 happiest countries in the world are Finland, Denmark, Norway, Iceland, and the Netherlands. Do you know what they all have in common? They are democratic socialist countries. So stop talking about Venezuela. Friday Thoughts. Well, Mr. Krasenstein, all 5 of those nations... No, sorry, they have a party called Democratic Socialists, but all 5 of those nations are capitalist nations. Okay, the Democratic Socialists in their country, they are political parties, and yes, they do have certain different different government programs and things. But to think that they're democratic socialists, like as an economic system, not. Okay, they're not socialist nations by any stretch of the imagination. They're absolutely capitalist nations. Just saying. Okay. Oh, and here's one. Trump awards the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Rush Limbaugh. This is a political cartoon. So they have a cartoon of MLK and Mother Teresa and Rosa Parks all throwing their presidential medals of freedoms away. Oh, isn't that cute? It's, you know what, as far as political cartoons go, if you are on that side of the political spectrum, that's actually a very poignant political cartoon. I don't know, there's, you know, presidents get to decide who they're going to award their awards to, and if this sticks, you know, and gets in some people's craw, you know, I'm over it. I don't think Rush Limbaugh is a racist like everyone's calling him. I know Media Matters are going to tell you that, and they're going to, you know, cherry pick a few things Rush has said. Excuse me. A few things that Rush Limbaugh said over his 30 years career, but, you know, I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh when I was younger, and, you know, he just has he's a political commentator, and he commentates on political things, and those political things don't agree with some of the political things of other people. And you know what? Get the fuck over yourself, okay? The guy's dying of lung cancer. Just fuck off. Anyway, Miss Krasenstein, another Friday Thought. Holy shit, I'm spending a lot of time on Friday Thoughts. Breaking. The Virginia State House just voted to eliminate a holiday honoring Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson in favor of giving everyone a day off on Election Day. Election Day needs to be a holiday in every state. Hey, you know what? I have absolutely no problem with what the Virginia legislature just did. Okay, if they want to eliminate the holidays honoring Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson, that they can do that. And you know what? I don't care if they want to pay their people to be off on Election Day. I don't care. Okay, I don't know if okay, so whatever. All right. Last Friday Thought. This elephant thinks he's a giraffe. Oh, what the hell is going on here? Well, that's one way to get a meal if you're an elephant.
Good for him. All right, moving on. Let's get out of the Friday thoughts. We're going to skip Friday feelings because I just have no feelings right now. I might have too much caffeine in my system. But hey, trending number 3, if the world is ending soon. Okay, let's check this one out. Okay. If Sinatra says, our friend from the crew of monkeys, or the temporary Lords of the Night peripheral crew, Sinatra says, well, if the world is ending soon, I'm prepared as fuck. Yes, I think he has a lot of extra food and water in his basement. Plus, he has guns. Sinatra has guns. So, Sinatra's prepared. All right. If the world is ending soon, I might do something crazy like have, not pineapple pizza, but pizza on pineapple. That's pretty funny. If the world is ending soon, if this isn't how the world ends, then I'm not participating. What is this? It's I don't know what the hell that is. That's maybe a portal to hell. I don't know. If the world is ending soon, it will look like this. Wall cloud in Illinois. Somebody pissed off Gandalf. Oh my goodness, look at that. Can you see that? Look at that wall cloud. I'm gonna make this bigger on the screen. Check that out. Does that just look scary or what? Man, that's freaky. All right, moving on. If the world is ending soon, the Simpsons were right about that shit too. Oh, thank you, Kingslayer Damocles. Oh, good morning, Kingslayer Damocles. I didn't even know you were here with the $5 super chat. Says, Trump gives Rush Medal of Freedom. Lefties. Obama gives Weinstein Medal of Freedom. Crickets. Yeah, did you? Yeah. What's his name? Harvey Weinstein has a Presidential Medal of Freedom too. Did you know that? Oh my gosh. You couldn't write this story. Anyway. All right. Oh, here we go. If the world is ending soon, my weather prediction will tell me well in advance. This is hilarious. I don't know if you can even see that. Let me make that easier to see. That's hilarious. And notice Saturday and Sunday have nothing. That is freaking hilarious. So go check out the hashtag if the world is ending soon. I'm sure there's plenty more funny things in there. Moving on. Let's see. Wear Red Day. Today is Wear Red Day. Something about go red for women. The jokes write themselves. Sorry, ladies. You know what I'm saying. Probably better than anyone else does. Today is National Wear Red Day. Each year. Oh, this isn't for a good reason though. This isn't like one of those. This is for actually awareness. Each year, 1 in 3 women die from heart disease and stroke. 1 in 3 women die from heart disease and stroke. X to doubt. Unless every woman who dies of old age dies of heart disease and stroke, but then they're old by then. So I don't know about that. But anyway, it's still a good day to wear red. Each year, 1 in 3 women die from heart disease and stroke, making it the #1 killer in women. Wear red to raise awareness. Today, talk to your loved ones about risk factors and the ways to prevent heart disease all year long. I don't believe that. 33% of women who die from heart disease or stroke. I'm not sure. Anyway, Audrey Hepburn, photographed by Richard Avedon, 1957, Wear Red Day. Anyway, that's why it's National Women or Wear Red Day for heart disease and stroke awareness in women. Okay, incredible Macne Day. I got a feeling this is a K-pop thing. And click. Sorry, ain't doing it. Joe Walsh is trending. Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's another very sad day in the world. Not that kind of sad. No, nobody associated with a certain former presidential candidate and family and former president and whatever has got in trouble today. But it is sad because Joe Walsh is trending number 6. Joe Walsh has withdrawn from challenging Trump in the Republican primary. Oh, I am devastated. Former U.S. Representative Joe Walsh ends his Republican primary challenge against President Trump. Now, I made a mistake. I didn't realize I was making a mistake. When I was saying that it was Joe Walsh is the guy who said, you lie, at a President Obama State of the Union address, it was Representative Wilson who did that. So I've been mistakenly maligning Joe Walsh. But Joe Walsh is a former congressman, and he is a prolific never-Trumper now, but he is no longer running for president. And I am devastated. After ending his primary challenge with President Trump, Joe Walsh says he will vote Democrat in 2020. Well, good for you, Joe. Go ahead. Joe just chose Bernie over Trump. What a grifter. Anyway, good morning, Gulf City Cult of Krill. Or just Cult of Krill for those of you who are playing down below. Also, good morning to Functional. I see you in the street in the chat also. Moving on, Quavo. What is Quavo? Justin Bieber. Oh, I see. Justin Bieber keeps the singles rolling out as intentions drop. Apparently, Justin Bieber has some new music out. I don't think I need to click that one. Pop Smoke here. What's here in this new music Friday? Okay, let's see if there's a list of me bumping the new Pop Smoke album, even though it sounds like 13 remixes of Welcome to the Party. That's one of the music that dropped today. Here's music that's out today. Brent Faiyaz, Fuck the World. It's an album. Oh, I swore again. Pop Smoke, Meet the Woo 2 album. Blueface featuring DaBaby, Obama single. Meek Mill featuring Justin Timberlake, Believe. Justin Bieber featuring Quavo, Intentions. D Smoke, Black Habits. Nicki Minaj, Yikes. I know that was trending earlier this morning. Lots of new music out for people who are into the music of the day. I prefer my beats in the background of this stream. All right, moving on. Vindman is trending. I think Alexander Vindman is retiring or resigning or whatever. Let's see. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander, or Lieutenant, is it Colonel? Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. White House is considering a plan to dismiss Alexander Vindman, according to a report. I'd fire him. I'd listen to his testimony in the skiff. He's a leaker, not a whistleblower. Vindman was upset that real Donald Trump didn't follow the script Vindman prepared for the phone call. Current commander-in-chief doesn't take orders from a lieutenant colonel. That is true. Apparently, the White House is considering plans to dismiss Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, according to a report. The White House is reportedly weighing in on options to dismiss Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman from the National Security Council in an effort to shrink its foreign policy bureaucracy. And to see how loud the Democrats will howl. Bloomberg reported that the White House plans to frame it as a part of an NSC staff downsizing, not a retaliation. Vindman gave testimony last year during President Donald Trump's impeachment proceedings. Vindman was an important witness for the Democrats in July and raised concerns over Trump's phone call with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky. Also, he's the one who leaked the call to the whistleblower, that dude that's, the name you can't, the Voldemort of the of the CIA, because you can't say his name without getting in trouble. All right, that's why Vindman's trending. People are going to lose their fucking minds over this. I guarantee you. Now, Representative Andy Biggs says it's a good and necessary action. Testimony before Congress indicated that Vindman may have leaked information from his post. He violated the chain of command in passing along his faulty concern over the 725 call. That's more than enough to take this precaution. Let's see. Source close. Okay. I want to see some salt, but I'm probably gonna have to. Trump is on the warpath, according to David Harris. David Harris is a Trump supporter. Trump looking to fire Vindman. Good, fire his ass. That's the Politbunny, the foo. Wajat Ali, the asswipe from CNN that nobody knows who he really is, but thought he was in trouble after the guy that played the guy with the glasses in Trailer Park Boy was on CNN making fun of Trump people. Okay, Canadians and fans of Trailer Park Boys are going to understand exactly who I'm talking about. That what's his name? Rick Scott? Not Rick Scott. Whatever that asshole's name is. Anyway, Wajat Ali, who's a lefty, says Lieutenant Colonel Vindman is a Purple Heart recipient, son of Jewish refugees who served his country. He spoke up knowing he'd be a target. Trump cult now uses anti-Semitic conspiracies to smear him. What the fuck are you? What anti-Semitic conspiracies, you dumbass? Who? You, Jesus Christ. He had to have a security detail for his family. They will burn it all for Trump. Oh my God. He broke the chain of command. Of course, Amy Siskind. Hey, everyone loves Amy Siskind. Trump committed 3 acts of retaliation on the first day after the Senate Republican acquit him. 1, Treasury sends Hunter Biden info to GOP, which they should. They should investigate that. Sorry, Amy. 2, DHS suspend New York residents for global entry, which they should, because New York driver's licenses are no longer secure since they give them to anyone who requests one, including illegal aliens. And Alexander Vindman to leave NSC, which he chose to do on himself because he was going to do that anyway, but now they're saying they're going to get rid of him. Well, good. I don't care. Don't care. Don't care. T-Pain says, Colonel Vindman, a true patriot and American hero, bravely stood up for us against a tyrant. It's time we return the favor. Okay, whatever. I have mixed feelings about them firing Vindman. I think they should reassign him. But you know what? If he committed an act that is actually, I think he might have committed an act that is illegal. So I don't know. Maybe he should be punished for that. I don't know, but it looks terrible from a political standpoint. But anyway, I bet he'll be trending #1 by sometime today. Ron Ronicky, something in sports. I don't know what he is. Let's see. Red Sox named Ron Ronicky as manager after MLB investigation concludes. Okay. He'll be the new manager of the Boston Red Sox if you're a Boston Red Sox fan. Moving on, Donnie Deutsch from MSNBC is trending for some reason. This should probably be good, at least as far as this show goes. Donnie Deutsch is trending because Donnie Deutsch claimed that Elizabeth Warren's decline in popularity over the past couple months is due to her being strident and unlikable, all while making sure everyone knew he wasn't peddling a sexist trope. Now, you cannot talk about candidates being strident and unlikable if they are female. I'm just saying, even if she is like a 1850s school marm with a ruler in her hand, okay? Plus she tells bullshit stories. And, they say Trump lies a lot, but, Elizabeth Warren tells some really, really bullshit stories. I'm just saying. Ida Bay Wells says, Donnie Deutsch's Elizabeth Warren comments on Morning Joe made me question, as I do again and again, how he has the platform to continue to spew such nonsense, as if a man who said a viable woman candidate must be sexy can be trusted to tell us the role sexism is playing in the electorate. Oh, okay. Donnie Deutsch is going to be canceled by the end of the day. That's my... that would be my guess. Okay, moving on. That's why Donnie Deutsch is trending. Sinkers app. Is this have to do with that Iowa shit? SNKRS app. After losing out
on yet another shoe on the Sneakers app. Oh, that's the shoe app. On Sneakers app, I looked up how much a sneaker bot would be, and that shit said $499. Fuck the Sneakers app. People are mad because apparently so the Sneakers app is something where you can go buy rare sneakers or whatever, and you have to bid on them and shit like that. And sounds like everyone. Oh, and and so people are using bots to win their sneaker bids, and apparently the bot costs $499, or at least that's the one they can find. Oh, hey, I got one. We have one, ladies and gentlemen. Our first Twitter thought of the day. Our first hashtag. Oh, let me make sure it's safe for work. Yeah, it's safe for work. Okay, here we go. Here we go, people. We haven't had one of these in a while. It is time for the Morning Night Live hashtag Ho of the Day, also known as a Twitter thought. Her name is Rose. Rose is the Twitter thought of the day, and it is safe for work, so I will go ahead and put it on the screen. This is Rose, and she says, I cook delicious. I have tender, chubby, narrow pussy, good tits, and what else is needed? Call me. Welcome, Rose, to Twitter Thoughtdom. This is Rose, full screen. She seems to have an ample eye makeup and full natural lips and a tattoo on her arm. So there you go. There's our first Twitter thought of the day. Our hashtag Ho of the day. Welcome, Rose. Woohoo! If you're not familiar with the Twitter thought or hashtag Ho of the day, these are the people who put in mildly, what's the word? You know, what do you call them? It's like, suggestive poses and photographs and text alongside all of the top 20 hashtags or Twitter trends of the day, and they put all the trends in their text so that you make sure that she shows up somewhere in the hashtags. That is the Twitter thought of the day, also known as a hashtag Ho. All right, moving on. Let's see. Who is this? Donna Rotuno? He deserves to have a voice. One of the reporters who broke the story of Harvey Weinstein's alleged abuse speaks with Donna Rotuno, the lawyer behind something. A Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's how I'm gonna announce it from now on. Presidential Medal of Freedom winner Harvey Weinstein. Finding it physically difficult to listen to Donna Rotuno on today's episode of The Daily. So much victim blaming and anti-women rhetoric. What do we expect from a woman who makes money off protecting male predators? Ooh, shit. How does she sleep at night? Apparently this article in the New York Times this woman wrote is not conducive to family viewing. I still can't get over Donna Rotuno saying she's never been sexually assaulted because she's never put herself in that position. On the New York Times? Oh, damn. Damn, that is not the right thing to say in this age of Me Too. And, oh my God. If you want to feel some extra rage today, give it a listen. Holy shit, Weinstein's attorney said she's never been sexually assaulted because she's never put herself in the position to be. Fuck you, Donna Rotuno. I'm going to bookmark this and listen to this interview now, or this daily now, just to see what the hell she did. But there's some people who are pissed. Holy hell, anybody else listen to this morning's episode of The Daily? Donna Rotuno is something. And of course she puts Oprah up there, who's great friends with Harvey Weinstein. Oh my God. I got a feeling she might make the top 10 in Twitter trends today too. Holy shit. All right, there you go. That's why Donna Rotuno is trending. James Wood is trending because the brother's back on Twitter. Once upon a time in America, the actor said he took a vacation from the social media network, but we know what's going on. Oh, great. It's a Newsweek article up here. I'm going to read this one later. Conservative. Oh, Newsweek is a bunch of
left-wing hacks now. Conservative actor James Wood goes after moron AOC, Hillary Clinton, and other Democrats in return to Twitter after a nearly 10-month hiatus. James Wood made his return to Twitter with a round of political takedowns, including one of New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The conservative actor who famously used the app to support right-wing agendas and rip the members of the left was absent on the social media app for nearly 10 months. However, the 72-year-old wrote that the blazing insight shared on Twitter forced him to return from his vacation. I've tried so hard this past year to live without the wealth of knowledge available on Twitter, but this kind of blazing insight can be found nowhere else. I'm back! Why did my bell ring? Bell? What the hell? My bell here. I'll use the manual bell. My bell's not working. Anyway. All right. Anyway, James Woods is back. I bet you'll be hearing a lot of James Woods. Let the shit posting begins. All right. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there it goes. Anyway, it's working now. The Bayonne ship is docked in New Jersey. Has the coronavirus people on it. We'll skip that. J Dilla, hip hop trending. That's in the new music. Good Friday. We'll skip that. Cherry Coke is trending. The Battle of the Three Cherry Drinks. And Dr. Pepper. Why is it trending? Is there some new campaign? I'm glad to see that Cherry Coke isn't dead after seeing it trending. In ranked order, Affinity 4 says, number 1, Dr. Pepper. Number 2, Cherry Coke. Number 3, Cherry Pepsi. Number 4, no thanks. I'll have water. Oh, the Cherry Mountain Dew? Yeah, it's weird. Oh, there's the... Thank God that Cherry Coke is trending, and then I got scared for a second. No, it wasn't a boomer moment. It just wasn't working, but now it is. Damn it. All right, so Cherry Coke is not dead. It's just resting. And finally, number 19 trend of the day. The Berlin Wall is trending. I believe it's on this day. Oh no, I'm so sick of idiots like this Malice guy. Construction of the Berlin Wall didn't begin until 1951. That's 8 years after the World War II ended. It wasn't built by the Nazis. It was built by the Swiss engineers to protect their precious cake. Okay, that's a joke. But Michael Malice, a dumbass. Michael Malice is a mixed bag of things. But he says, oh, I get it. Some dumbass. Hitler Jr. Really? Trump is not Hitler. You don't believe what who wrote this? Okay, it's obscene that Hitler Jr. is making these over-the-top comparisons. Nancy Pelosi ripped a stack of paper, and then Trump's son compared her to Satan, so there are problems on both sides of Twitter. Okay, somewhere in there, Michael Malice said something about Hitler built the Berlin Wall. Trump wants to build a wall. You did the math. It's amazing how many uninformed liberals in their replies still want to blame Russia for everything bad, whether the Berlin Wall or Trump. I think he was he trolling liberals with that? I don't know. The Berlin Wall was not built by Hitler, laughing my ass. It was erected in 1961 by communist East Germans in the Soviet Union. If whatever happened, he got it trending by laughing, because people are laughing. The Russians built the Berlin Wall, Kanto. Except he didn't build the Berlin Wall. And there have been people who, I think, I want to say it was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez who was talking about how the Nazis built the Berlin Wall, and they didn't. The communists built the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall was built and torn down. Trump's wall has barely been built and is already falling down. Okay, whatever. And here we go. The Berlin Wall is trending. And I was worried it came down. Anyway, that's it for today, people. I gotta go. Thanks for being here on this wonderful Friday afternoon. I hope you have a great weekend planned. I hope you got something cool planned for the weekend. I know some people work on the weekends. Some people do different things. But at least do one fun thing this weekend. And also, be sure to say... okay, so on a personal note, I found out yesterday that one of my cousins died, and she is about she's got to be 6 years younger than me, and it's a sad day in the family, and I haven't seen her for a while. And it got me to thinking, and it's someone who I was close to as a kid. Whenever I would go visit my grandparents, I would see my cousin Stephanie, and she always looked up to me and my sister. She was one of the whenever we would go to my grandparents' house, my cousin Stephanie lived down the street, and she made just a beeline to our house when she knew we were in town, because she really kind of idolized us. And growing up, she was a mother and has grandchildren and stuff, and she passed away a couple days ago. And it got me to thinking, I got to make sure that I'm staying in touch with the people that I love more consistently, and I'm recommending that you do that too. This weekend, call someone that you love or someone that you haven't talked to that you care about, and make sure you get in touch with them. You never know when those people will no longer be able to be a part of your life. So on that note, I got to thank you all for being here. Remember, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button on the way out. Also, share the stream out. Super chats and donations through the Streamlabs link down below. 24/7, you can do it. If you do something when I'm during if you do it during off hours, I will read your chat first thing when I come in for the show the next day. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate the support. Thank you for the people with the super chats. Thank you for everyone in the chat for having a mighty hearty discussion in the chat stream today. Thank you so much for being here. My name is PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.